Out here with Talbot Industries.
Yeah, I know. You tell me to stop, I know.
Oh, this guy stopped. And, well, the latest acquisition back there on the trailer is a 76 SS18. And it's going to be the mowing tractor. And hopefully in this video, we get it running. What do you think, Kyle? Thumbs up. Aye. Got ourselves a new mowing tractor. Let's take a look. So here she is. This is a 1976 SS18. Very similar to the 77 18.6 that I had years ago. I just picked this up last Tuesday. Today's July 13th. So I picked it up last Tuesday. And today we're gonna see if we can get it running. So basically, I've been mowing with the 67 Suburban 10, and it is the smoothest running Tecumseh I've ever heard. And my concern is just that it's gonna blow up, and I don't want to play that. So I went out in search of an Onan powered tractor, and I was lucky enough to come across this one. And I specifically wanted an Onan for mowing, but I was also very happy to find an 18 to get another BGMS, because I haven't had one of these since my old 18.6, and they're kind of widely regarded as the smoothest running Onan. It has the oil filter, which the B48s and the GTs didn't. So I picked this up with a deck, a nice deck, and a complete 3-point. I got the top link at home. Paid 200 bucks for everything, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Guy said he used to mow with it and plow snow with it, and he parked it because of what he said was a compression issue. So I turned it over by hand, and it seems like it's got some compression. There's oil on the dipstick. So anyway, you can see it's dirty. It's been repainted pretty poorly. It does have original paint poking out here, so Kyle and I are gonna get the pressure washer out here in a minute and see if we can blast some of that shitty yellow paint off. Obviously there's been mice in it, so I guess one potential is maybe it popped the head gasket or something. But anyway, first thing we're gonna do is clean it up. I've got plugs, fuel hose, and a fuel filter for it, and we're gonna see if we can't get it running today. So one of the first things we're gonna do is strip it down and get it ready to clean up. So I'm gonna remove these wheel weights in the back. Gonna take these fenders off, take this weird seat off, and also going to remove the nose and the hood. The nose cone does have a crack in it, which I'm just gonna JB weld that. But aside from that, it looks really nice, and I wanna keep it that way. So we're gonna get this thing stripped down and ready to power wash. All right, so here's the extent of the crack on the backside. I sprayed it down with a little brake cleaner just to kind of see what we're working with. I'm gonna have Kyle flip the hood around here in a second. And here's the crack on the front side. So fortunately, neither of the hinge points are damaged. And what we're gonna do is just use some of this 2-part epoxy and just kind of fill in there a little bit on the back side as well. And again, just using some brake clean to really kind of see what we're working with here. So I've gone ahead and took a cordless drill and just made a little kind of groove here along the crack line. And the idea there is it's gonna do two things. It's gonna allow the epoxy to better penetrate the crack, and it's also gonna allow me to sand the epoxy smooth so that I can go ahead and paint over it, and it'll make it look like it was never even there. So as you can see, the engine has been removed. For anyone that hasn't pulled a motor on one of these, it's a pretty easy job. This took about 45 minutes to remove the engine, as well as the fuel tank and these fenders and the 3-point hitch, as well as a bunch of other brackets and things. So now that it's basically stripped down to just a roller, we're gonna pressure wash it, clean it out, go through the wiring a little bit, and also clean up the motor and get it ready to go back together. Okay, so now we're gonna get it all washed up and see what we're working with, see where the good paint is, see where the bad paint is. And we're gonna be using Kyle's old Alcoda hot water electric pressure washer. This thing is the fucking shit. Kyle's getting the spray bottle ready because we're gonna foam can in this bitch. This thing's gonna be cleaner than when it rolled off the fucking factory. So we were able to remove a lot of the crappy paint with the pressure washer, but not all of it. And my suspicion is that it's largely based on the fact that we weren't using a strong enough degreaser. So, 5 gallons of Purple Power. That ought to do it. So it's later. We got it all in for the time being. And we just threw a battery in it. It's going to be the first time bumping the key since we got it. I don't know what it's going to do.
Hang on there.
Oh, please hold. All right, don't know what it's going to do. All right, so Evan, if you would please administer. Go ahead. Okay, no, bump the key, please. It's gonna run. Do it again. Nice. Well, we have a runner. So I'm gonna cut the video here, and basically what we're gonna do in the next part is go through the carb, probably replace the plug wires, and put everything back together on it, and hopefully take it for a test mo. So if it does drive, just ripped it around the yard. It's gonna need some belt adjustment, but it runs, it starts, stops, steers good, no complaints. Certainly can't complain for 200 bucks. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.